I'm here because I need your help.
Do you seek division? Have you come to merge with Atom, to be split in his infinite glory? Or do you seek to tear down his follow?
I'm looking for someone named Virgil.
Virgil? Yes. What do you want with him?
I just need some information from him.
I see. In truth, this Virgil has caused some concern. Some believe his presence is an affront to Atom. Though he came to trade with us on a few occasions, we have had little other contact with him. It was quite clear he wanted to be left alone. You can find him southwest of the crater, living in a cave. I would approach cautiously were I you. I feel he does not want visitors.
Hey, mind if we talk now?
Of course. What's up?
Look, I needed to mention, just you taking care of Bobby. I ain't proud of having to put you through that. That sort of dictatorial shit ain't usually my style.
She tried to dupe us both. Dealing with her was the right move.
True, but it doesn't change the fact that she's out of the picture because of us. Hell, that sort of bull's the whole reason I became mayor in the first place. Some ass named Vic ran the town for I don't know how long before that. Guy was scum. Used us drifters like his own personal piggy bank. He had this goon squad he'd use to keep people in line. Every so often he'd let them off the leash, go blow off some steam on the populace at large. Folks with homes could lock their doors, but us drifters, we got it bad. There was one night, some drifter said something to them. They cracked him open like a can of cram on the pavement. And we all just stood there, did nothing.
You can't blame yourself. It sounds like you were outmatched. Probably would have killed you too.
You're right, but it was still spineless. I felt like less than nothing. Afterwards, I got so high, I blacked out completely. When I finally came to, I was on the floor of the old state house, right in front of the clothes of John Hancock. John Hancock, first American hoodlum and defender of the people. I might have still been high, but those clothes spoke to me, told me what I needed to do. I smashed the case, put him on, started a new life as Hancock. After that, I went clean for a bit, got organized, convinced Cleo to loan me some hardware, got a crew of drifters together and headed out into the ruins, started training. Next time Vic's boys went on their tear, we'd be ready for them.
Why not try and reason with Vic, instead of creating a militia?
Hey, if I thought for a second that would work, I would have tried. Or at least, thought about trying. So, the night of, we all got loaded, let Vic's boys get good and hammered, and burst from the windows and rooftops where we'd been hiding. They never even saw it coming. We didn't have to fire a shot. We didn't have to, but we sure fucking did. It was a massacre. Once we'd mopped up, we strolled right into Vic's quarters in the State House, wrapped a rope around his neck, and threw him off the balcony. And there I am, gun in hand, draped in Hancock's duds, looking at all the people of Goodneighbor assembled below. I had to say something. That first time I said them, they didn't even feel like my words. Of the people, for the people, was my inaugural address. Became Mayor Hancock of Goodneighbor that day. And from then on, I vowed I'd never stand by and watch. Ever again.
And you're never going to have to. We'll take care of the Commonwealth together.
Good. I just hope you get where I was coming from. I ain't out to bring harm to anyone that didn't earn it. Though I'm getting the distinct idea you got the same plan. Well, you probably heard enough of me running my mouth for one day. Wanna get moving?
Hold it. Take it nice and slow. No sudden moves. I know you're from the Institute. So where's Kellogg? Huh? Trying to sneak up on me while you distract me? It's not going to work. I'm not stupid. I knew they'd send him out.
Take it easy. Kellogg's dead.
Dead? He's dead. Don't you lie to me.
I'm not lying. I killed him myself.
Did you? Kellogg was ruthless. There's a reason the Institute used him to do their dirty work for so many years. I knew they'd send him after me. Tried to prepare for it. And so you can... Then what do you want with me?
Into each life,
Why did you leave the Institute?
You know about the escape? No, it doesn't matter. I'm not going back. I can't go back. Why are you even here?
Relax. I just need to know how to get in there.
Wait, what? Are you serious? You want to get into the Institute? Are you insane? Never mind how nearly impossible that is. Even if you were to succeed, it'd almost certainly end in your immediate death. What reason could you possibly have?
Last seen,
It doesn't matter.
Fine. You know what? I don't even want to know. You want to get yourself killed, that's your problem. But I'm telling you, that's what's going to happen. I can help you get in there, but I want something.
That's an improvement, right?
You help me, and I'll help you.
All right. If I help you, you're going to do something for me. Before I was forced to leave, I was working on a serum to reverse this mutation. It could return me to normal. You understand?
Ray Smith is
So if
right
you get
behind
in
you,
there,
baby.
I need you to find it in my old office and bring it to me. I think that's pretty reasonable in exchange for helping you. All right? Let's... First things first. You know how synths get in and out of the Institute?
Yeah, they use some sort of teleporter?
Well, well. Not many know about it. Pretty closely guarded secret. You've certainly done your homework. It's commonly referred to as the molecular relay. I don't understand all the science behind it, but it works. Dematerializes you in one place, rematerializes you in another. I'm sure it sounds crazy, but it's a reality. The relay is the only way in and out of the Institute. That means you're going to have to use it. Now, have you ever seen an Institute?
Sure. Lots of them.
Don't bullshit me. More than one of them, and you wouldn't be standing here. Coursers are Institute synths, designed for one purpose. They're hunters. Operations go wrong, a synth goes missing, and a courser is dispatched. They're very good at what they do, and you're going to have...
Let's go. Just point me in the right direction.
Well, I suppose your enthusiasm counts for something. Every courser has special hardware that gives them a direct connection to the relay in the Institute. It's embedded in a chip in their heads. You need that chip. But now I don't know exactly where you can find one. They haven't sent any after me. And sitting here waiting doesn't seem like you're going to have to hunt one down. I can tell you where to start and give you some help finding one. But you'll have to...
Okay. Let's get to work.
Right. The primary insertion point for coursers is in the ruins of CIT, directly above the Institute. So you'll want to... Now, the relay causes some pretty heavy interference all across the EM spectrum. You've got a radio on that Pip-Boy. When you get to the ruins, tune it to the lower end of the band and listen in. You'll be able to hear the interference. Follow the signal, and it'll lead you to a courser. Then, you just have to... Not gonna lie. The odds aren't in your favor here. But if you do make it, remember what I said about the serum. I need it badly. I really do hope you find what...
Protect and serve.
You find a courser, don't underestimate it.
Hey, Rad's over here. Not for the soft skin. You down!
Connie Allen there with Rocket 69. If you haven't been a good neighbor recently, like I certainly haven't, I haven't been anywhere, you might not know about the latest news there. You may have heard the name Bobby No-Nose, which out of context sounds pretty funny. But I mean, she's a ghoul, so it's actually sort of, literal. Anyway, there was talk, so I hear that she was maybe up to something, heist, as they say, hypothetically. Something sort of big, I guess? Yeah, well, maybe. Who knows, though? But, well, she sort of, disappeared. No sign of her. And nothing has gone missing, at least not that I've heard of, which I realize isn't missing much.
This is a serious news story! Don't undercut yourself!
Did the job go wrong? Or was it so successful that, just no one knows about it? There may never be answers, which makes it kind of hard to, report on it. Maybe I shouldn't have tried. This is, Baby It's by Magnolia, from Good Neighbor.
Find him and kill him!
Won't recognize you, gun. Your time!
Stubborn! I'll give you that!
Oh, I'm feral now. Gonna bother us.
Disappear. Huh?
Shoot.
See if he had anything worth taking.
You got it.
Heads up.
This is what I've got on me.
Forces on the second floor. Kill on site. Send reinforcements to the lobby in case there are more.
You scared now?
How many are we dealing with?
Huh? Not your day.
The Courser is now on the third floor. Report to the second intruder in the east wing near the courtyard.
Nice.
We'll find you.
There's this article in the newspaper. Public occurrences.
Who?
Lock and load!
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying this. Correct. I was asked to read.
Hey!
I have a statement from the.
I got some.
Heads up. Come on.
Alone.
Moving out.
You know,
Good.
Well, I mean, it just says here there's nothing to worry about. That it's, you know, safe and all. Everybody. Kind of. It's crazy stuff, right? I mean, weird.
Done.
Anyway, something to think about.
Barricade stairwells and hallways if you haven't already.
Not a lot of people in the songs we play who are still alive, so a lot of pressure.
Lost contact with sectors 2 and 4.
Got it. Got it.
You better hide. Scared him off, huh? They're a faster. Ways to cripple yourself than trying to lug all that.
Look alive.
Enough to go around.
Sweet. Got it.
Come on, asshole.
Long neck.
Look alive.
I'd do the same if I was in as much trouble as you. Just come out here so we...
Bob Crosby there. That's a good one, huh? Thank you, Bob. So the Minutemen are out there doing things in the Commonwealth. What kind of things, you ask? Well, I will tell you. I have heard that they have taken over the castle, which I guess was theirs a long time ago, but hasn't been for a while. It had been full of fish, or monsters, or monster fish, maybe. I don't know. Not relevant. The Minutemen are there now. That's good for them, and I guess for everyone else too. So, yeah. How about some music? Here's Roy Brown again. He's not chopping or being mighty. Well, I mean, maybe he is, but that's just not the focus of this particular song. And I exactly don't think. Huh.
won't be able to hack this. I'm in. Sweet.
All he has to do is tell me the truth. Now, are you going to cooperate?
Oh God! Okay, just don't shoot! Let me think!
You obviously don't know.
I'm through.
Hey, you play Red Menace?
Nice.
That was the 5 stars. All 5 of them. Get it? Because it's so funny.
Password.
Sort of. No.
Follow it. Are you here for the synth?
Yes. I'm here to help the synth.
And you think I'll just hand her over? To you? You've been tracking me. What do you really want?
I need what's in your head.
That you cannot have.
Now, word from our sponsors. Choice chow! On Juno, we have meat. Meat. Stop asking if we have anything else. Next, I'm gonna play some Cole Porter. The song is called Anything Goes.
Cut you down! Next one better. Won't recognize. You scared now? Last chance. You down.
Need a little help over here.
Get away from me.
Hey,
If you're going to kill me, then do it. Get away from me.
Can't break the code. Hi. Terminal's got this locked. Hey.
Yeah?
Yes.
By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading, according to our scribes.
Sure.
The moment this information came to the Institute. And to accomplish this, I've had
Anything you need, Elder?
I want you see,
Right.
if you discover a way, any questions?
Could those mysterious energy readings that Paladin Dance's recon team detected be related to teleportation?
The level of technology that the Institute possesses is far beyond our own. So, however, I'll have our scribe. Anything else you want?
Aren't there any
Our records indicate the ruins, the location. Anything else, Knight?
Any suggestions on...
Whatever you recovered from the Courser at Green Tech, you should bring it to someone who knows how to manipulate Institute technology. Perhaps it will allow you to unlock the mystery of their knack for teleportation. This information could be the final piece of the puzzle. The moment you learn anything concrete, you're to report it to me immediately. Is there anything else?
Not right now.
Very well.
Monster fish? Maybe. I don't know. Not relevant.
Attention.
There now. That's good. For them.
Any personnel who have not completed their annual medical evaluation should report to Knight Captain Cade immediately to schedule an examination. That is all.
How about some music? Ella Fitzgerald has a happy song about being mad, I think. I'm not sure.
Don't despair, sister. We're here to save the Commonwealth.
How much
I think you should stay on point. Your instincts seem to be right on target.
It sounds like we owe you our gratitude for wiping out those monsters at Fort Strong. Now, or perhaps you were interested in aiding a research.
I found some technical documents for you.
These will prove interesting. I'll file them. Here are the caps that I promised. Remember, the Commonwealth is an almost unlimited source for these technical documents. Check every building you explore during your patrols very carefully, and you might be pleasantly surprised.
For muster one more time, Captain Kells is gonna have me do 100 push-ups.
I have a report here. It reads more like a comic book. Apparently, one hell of a fight took place at Green Tech Genetics.
Yeah, that was me. I took down a Courser.
That's what the report says. Hard to believe. I'm all for one less Courser in the world, but the conventional wisdom is that you run from them rather than engage them.
So why did you kill him?
I needed a Courser chip. I need the code on it.
You have one of their chips? Intact? Follow me. Now. Decoding a Courser chip is a very delicate operation. A million things can go wrong. The least of which is losing the data. Fortunately, we have the right man for the job.
Hey, Dad. You need something?
Tom, we got a Courser chip.
Whoa! For real? Oh, man, it's been ages. Everyone's all, you've been hitting the chems way too hard. But I got my eyes open.
You've hit the jackpot with this. Hand over the chip. Let's see what's on it. Here you go. All right. Tom, make it.
All right, little Corsa chip. Let's have the circuit analyzer take a crack at you. We're in. Chip accessed. Just poke the analog connectors a little. You gotta. What? Oh man, don't crash. Hold it together. Memory hiccup. Here it comes. Encryption algorithms. All right, we're still running. Oh man, they've added more decimals to the last cipher. This is gonna be... Come on, baby, show me that pattern. Where is it? Wait, they're using the same logarithmic function as the key generator. Oh man, we got lucky. I got you, you Institute bastard, I got you. All right, solve for N. Come on. Show me that sweet base number. Come on, baby. Then we got it. We got the code. Let me load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work, Tom.
Hey, yeah, but I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, Des.
And Agent, I hope that helps you as much as you've helped us. Good work.
Joining our cause was the wise.
By now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy...
Sure.
The moment this information came to light, our mission, the Institute, to accomplish this goal, we have had our...
Anything you need, Elder?
I want you...
Right.
You seem to have... If you just... Any questions?
Not right now, Elder.
Very well.
Attention all personnel. This is to serve as a reminder. Scribe Naraya's mole rat subjects are not pets. They are crucial military resources.
Put two in the head and they'll stay dead.
As such, they are not to be fed by any personnel save Scribe Naraya and her team. Any violation of this policy will result in severe discipline.
Watch your step on the flight deck. It's a long way down.
Oh, no, you don't.
When it comes to keeping the Prydwen running, Proctor Ingram's the best. If your goal even looks like it's going feral, I'm putting it down. Hail, Knight. Don't let that ghoul out of your sight. Who knows what damage?
I'd gladly lay down my
Danny
life
Kaye
if
there,
it keeps
singing
humanity from repeating the apocalypse.
Civilization. Here's the latest news, or at least the latest news that I've heard about. Maybe everyone else already knows. The Brotherhood continues to do stuff around the Commonwealth.
I take requests.
They were last seen attacking Fort Strong. The fort was, I mean, as far as I know, filled with super mutants. So that's fun. I guess maybe they're gonna take over. I guess that's an improvement, right? Brotherhood instead of, you know, mutants. That was a joke, by the way. I was totally kidding. Didn't really mean it. And if the Brotherhood is listening, I'm sure you're very nice. Please don't kill me.
Next is, One More Tomorrow by Frankie Carl. It's nice. A little sappy, I guess. But, I mean, that's okay.
sure I'd see you again. You managed to get...
I have the code.
Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You did get rid of Kellogg after all. Not too much of a leap to take down a Courser. How'd you manage to get it decoded?
The railroad helped me.
Oh God, those kooks. I would have expected they'd be too busy trying to liberate vending machines or setting computer terminals free or... Sorry. They just have something of a reputation. You're not the only one. I did the best I could. From memory and things I've overheard through the years. Came up with some schematics for you. Wasn't easy. These hands are ridiculous. Fine motor skills have gone to shit. Here's the simple explanation. You need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers.
Sure.
You know the craziest part of the design? That classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the relay. All the data's on harmonic frequencies. You've been hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area of expertise. I was bioscience.
I'm sure it'll...
But can you?
I've got it covered.
Good. And don't... It's my own. Now go on. Take...
Now, I'm sure you've deduced that our arrival in the Commonwealth wasn't coincidental. We're here because of a unique energy reading according the moment this...
Sure.
To accomplish, I've had the only lot... That's where...
I have a way to infiltrate the Institute, using a device called a signal interceptor.
So it appears we share a common goal. I'm pleased that you've chosen to build the device with the Brotherhood. Now, indulge me for a moment by satisfying my curiosity. Tell me why you're so eager.
I think they're the ones that kidnapped my...
The Institute preys on the weak to further their own ends. Together, we'll make them pay for their crime. I'll call ahead and brief proctoring.
frame is driving me crazy. Got like 3 itches I can't even scratch.
Elder Maxson said you'd help me build the signal interceptor.
So, looks like you're calling the shots around here now, huh? Alright, I'll bite. What is your new miracle?
The Institute uses teleportation to get in and out. This machine can hijack their signal and send me instead.
Teleportation? Molecular transmission via encrypted RF waves? Okay, even I have to admit, that's genius. This explains why we've been picking up anomalous energy readings all across the Commonwealth. Not to mention how they get their tin soldiers to come out of the damn walls. And this little beauty allows you to literally hijack a return signal. Instead of grabbing the intended target, it grabs you instead. Impressive.
Well, you definitely know your stuff.
Damn right I do. It's difficult to make out all the details here, but I'm thinking you can get started by building a It's gonna take a cargo hold full of high-grade...
Sure. Wow. I'm glad...
I haven't made sense. Here's a list of everything you need to find.
Proctor.
Any luck building the platform yet?
Yes, I'm ready to build the rest of it.
Good. Let's move on then. Here's a list of everything we'll need. Now, I know some of that might as well be in Greek, so I'll be around if you have any questions.
Skeeter Davis, a name I still find confusing.
If you run into it, simple.
And now, a word, or several, from our sponsors. Feeling tired? Need a pick-me-up?
Shoot to kill.
Need a pick-me-up? Visit Chemicare and get a prescription today. A balanced life through chemistry. So, how about Billy Ward and the Dominoes? This one, I mean, it's, well, I'll just play it.
Watch your step over here. Might end up looking like me.
Remarkable work, Knight. The signal interceptor appears to be complete. Are you ready to put it through?
Absolutely. I'm ready to go.
Your confidence is an inspiration to us all. That being said, this is the first time we've attempted to directly adapt Institute technology. When we throw that switch, we don't know exactly what's gonna happen. God willing, you'll end up inside the Institute, and the mission can continue.
Nothing's gonna stop me when I'm so close to the answers I'm looking for.
Eager to get inside, huh? Good. Now, I want you to listen very carefully. Once you've entered the Institute, we expect to lose contact, so it's imperative you remember everything. About 10 years ago, the Brotherhood began recruiting civilian scientists from the capital wasteland to assist. During this process, we were able to obtain the services of Dr. Madison Lee, a noted mind in the field of nuclear engineering.
That's fortunate.
Yes, it was. Securing useful resources during wartime is critical. That said, Dr. Lee's contributions to our cause were instrumental in maintaining order in the capital wasteland. After some time, she developed differences with the Brotherhood and exiled herself to the Commonwealth. We're fairly certain that her intent was to make contact with the Institute.
I'm surprised that the Brotherhood let her go.
Had I been in command, I wouldn't have allowed it to happen. She was a valuable asset. Your mission is simple. Once you're inside the Institute, we want you to track down Dr. Lee's whereabouts. If you find out that she's still alive, make contact with her and convince her there's a special project we're working.
Consider it done, Elder.
Very good. Listen to me, Knight. I'm well aware that you're risking your life going into the Institute. Just keep your mind on the mission. And don't let anything they... Good luck.
I've checked and rechecked everything. I think the signal interceptor's ready to go. Are you?
Let's do this.
All right. Head up onto the platform and we'll see if I can find a signal to lock onto. You wanted to get into the Institute, right? Well, what are you waiting for? Let's see. Relays dialed in. Beam emitters warmed up. Everything looks green. Let me start scanning for the signal. Cross your fingers. I'm inputting the code now. Wow, there's a heck of a lot of interference and ghosting. It's gonna take a minute or two to lock in. By the way, this little trip you're taking is a heck of an opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. I put a clever little program on this holotape that'll scan their network and download anything it finds. If you place it in any terminal down there, it'll do the rest. Bring it back to me and I'll see if I can make sense of whatever it found. Well, well, looks like we have a winner. RF wave capture complete. Ramping the emitter. 60%, 80%. Emitter spiking but steady. All that's left is to throw the transmit switch. Transmitting in 3, 2, 1. Stay safe, soldier.
Hello. I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator.
By Cole Porter. That was anything went. No? No. Stop it.
I can only imagine what you've heard, what what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression.
In the Commonwealth. What kind of things, you ask?
Welcome to the Institute.
I will tell you. I have heard.
This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Oh my god. It's really you.
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your mom.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, Daddy's gone, but I'm here. Mommy's here now.
What's going on? Father? Father!
I'll kill them for this. All of them.
I don't know you. Go away.
Uh-huh. Damn it. Sean, open the door.
Father? Father, help me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus.
Is someone present?
Attacking human.
Busted.
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus.
Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. I know. You've gone to such lengths to find him.
I want answers, asshole. Now!
Under the circumstances, I will forgive your vulgarity, but I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even impossible.
I know this is a lot. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
It wasn't right, what they did. Taking you from me like that.
To you, that would certainly seem true. But to the Institute, it made all the sense in the world. At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you?
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
Sean. It's really you.
It really is. I know you must have questions. Please. Any...
So, you're in charge?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. It's a responsibility I take very seriously. The Institute. It's important. It really is humanity's best hope for the future, no matter what those above.
Doesn't matter what they think.
Ultimately, just
right.
What else?
So, you're in...
I am the Institute.
Doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what...
Ultimately, just give me time. What else can I say?
Your father. He never got to see you grow up.
Yes. I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems what happened to him was an unfortunate bit of collateral damage. With old age comes regret. And asking, but... What matters now is that you and I have a chat. What else can I say?
Kellogg.
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
He was a murderer. He killed your father.
Believe me, I am well aware of the atrocities Kellogg committed. I suspect there are many more we'll never know of. The Institute took advantage of Kellogg's vicious nature. Institute technology prolonged his life, and his usefulness far beyond any normal human lifespan. He never failed the Institute, but his cruelty became more apparent with every completed objective. I won't lie. It's no coincidence your path crossed his. It seemed a fitting way to allow you, us, to have some amount of revenge. I know there's more for us to discuss. The Institute is on. I've been a part, and now.
I won't be a part of this.
Why? The Institute, you've been.
Right? Things are pretty terrible.
I've seen it myself, and it's a life. I simply ask that you give the Institute me. We really do. Will you take... Thank you. The Institute, you want to introduce yourself, and finally...
You're listening to, Diamond City Radio, if you're listening at all. Johnny Mercer is up next. I don't think this song is all that great, really, but some people like it.
A clean floor. Are your visual receptors malfunctioning? Can you not see the grime and dust? Don't make excuses. You're clearly defective.
Perhaps almost done.
Greetings. As the Institute's requisition
Most of them have lasted long past the
You are authorized to access my stock of supplies.
They were built pretty well.
Let's see what you got.
Can't argue.
With that, even so, I'm ready to see the full Gen 3 roll out.
There we go. All set.
No visible reaction to the case.
Reporting status. All functions normal.
Those are much larger this time, and the side effects will likely be more pronounced.
Will there be any pain?
I honestly don't know. Now hold still. All done. You can return to your duties, and remember to record every single move.
It's an honor to have you here.
Subject for you, Doctor.
I wouldn't be here, not for your son.
I think he's actually lost his mind. I can't believe he really expects me to do this. I've always been on board with the Gen 3 program. It makes sense, but this? Nothing good can come from this. How am I supposed to explain to my staff that Sean wants a child synth for no immediately apparent valid line of research? And to base the physical features off records of his own childhood? It defies all logic. No, I can't do this. I won't.
If you haven't been a good neighbor recently, like I certainly haven't, because I haven't been anywhere, you might not know about the latest news there. You may have heard the name Bobby No-Nose, which, out of context, sounds pretty funny. But I mean, she's a ghoul, so it's actually sort of, you know, literal. Anyway, there was talk, so I hear that she was maybe up to something. Heist, what do they say? Hypothetically, something sort of big. I guess. Yeah, maybe. Who knows, though? But well, she sort of disappeared. No sign of her, and nothing has gone missing. At least not that I've heard of, which I realize isn't saying much.
This is a serious news story! Don't undercut yourself!
Did the job go wrong? Or was it so simple that, just no one knows about it? There may never be answers, which makes it kind of hard to, you know, report on it. Maybe I shouldn't have tried.
She's been at it for over 2 hours.
Safety
What is she
first.
even testing?
Nothing.
Orange-colored
At this
sky
point, she's just doing it
by
for
Nat
fun.
King Cole. You love this one, right? It's a real classic. Sure.
Doctor?
Oh, hi there. Sorry if I seem distracted. I memorized 5 sets of design schematics, and now I'm doing detailed mental comparisons.
That's amazing.
Oh, well, a lot of us do that. Anyway, I'm glad you're here. I just wanted to say how much I admire Father, and that I really... Well, that was productive.
Dr. Lee.
Oh, it's you. You're not authorized to be here.
I wasn't aware that I needed authorization.
Father may have given you the keys to the castle, but this is still my... If you plan to stay...
Easy. I just want...
About... You're...
I've been sent by the Brotherhood of Steel to...
You don't... I knew it was just a... I've been looking over...
I'm only here with...
You're giving me... I might not agree. Say what you came...
Are you happy here?
You'd think being surrounded by cutting-edge laboratory equipment and some of the greatest minds the world's ever known would be enough. Only problem is the lack of transparency. I don't think we get the full story on everything that occurs down here. What does that have to do with why we're talking?
The Brotherhood needs your help, Doctor.
Needs my help. Why? They seemed to have everything under control when I left.
The Brotherhood valued your presence, and we'd like you to come back.
Well, tell me something. Why would I possibly want to come crawling back to the Brother? What reason would I have to...
Father trusts me, and so...
You're wasting your breath. The Brotherhood desired my creations. I'm not interested.
I wish there was something I could say that would convince you.
You're wasting your... The Brotherhood I'm not interested.
Right?
The Institute is deceiving you?
So now you're just gonna hurl baseless accusations to get... Come on.
I was just told to get you to come.
The Brotherhood... Sorry, but...
I give up. What would it take to convince you?
All right, I'll play your... I had a colleague down here. A Dr. Virgil. Several months ago, there was an accident in his lab. And he was... I wanted to help with the investigation, but Father had the lab. The incident never sat right with me. The more I asked about it, the more I felt like Father was deflecting my... If you bring me solid information on what killed him, do we have a deal?
Deal.
All right, Doctor, I'd tell... And finally, now, for the sake of keeping up appearances, let me see that Pip-Boy of yours. I've been told to install a courser chip in it for you. Father's orders. You're to be given full access, with the ability to relay in and out of the
Thank you. I'm sure.
Given that, in case the significance is lost, if nothing else, speaking up...
Excuse me, Dr. Lee?
I thought I was clear. Bring me the evidence.
Is there anything I can say?
I don't know.
Why did you leave the...
I had a colleague down several months. I wanted to help. The incident, if you bring me... Do we have a deal?
I know this may come as a shock, but...
Oh, please. Do you really think... Stop trying to avoid the legwork. Deal?
Deal.
All right. Dr. Virgil's... I can give you a... I'd tell you to be quiet about it. But your brotherhood and discretion isn't...
When are you going to tell me about this?
We're all looking forward to it.
Is it true food supplement 77?
Good to see you.
I know you'll achieve great things.
It's hard to stand out when you're surrounded by geniuses.
You had time to examine my latest reports on batch 274.
Not yet. I've been reviewing Father's plan.
Dr. Holdren's Synth Gorilla project is showing promising results. Remarkable that any child can survive for so long.
I try not to think too much about it. We have more than enough to occupy ourselves here. Those people who are grass criminals can die at last. Less often dwell on suffering. There's still people and their suffering. We can at least admit that.
How can we hope to redefine mankind if we can't even hold on to our own humanity?
Well, that's a question best left to our colleagues in the laboratory.
Yes.
Got it.
chat with Billy Holiday. Billy spelled with an I and an E, and she's a... There's this bit of news that might interest you. But maybe someone didn't. That the Green Tech building was where those mercenaries lived. The Gunners. Gunners. That's it. That was like sort of pretty much all that. Those guys were tough, so I mean, I guess whoever killed them had to be even tougher, right? And there's I don't even know if this is true or not, but there's this rumor. That's it. Maybe the Institute was involved. But that's just what I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. Probably not. Right? Segway.
Sweet.
personal record, Dr. Brian Virgil. This will likely be my last recording. My requests to shut down the FEV program have repeatedly been denied. We've learned nothing useful in the last 10 years. Why does Father insist on continuing it? If he won't see reason, then I have to take matters into my own hands. What we're doing, it's not right. It needs to stop. If anyone should find this after I'm gone, know that I never wanted to hurt anyone. Anyone. Do you understand me? I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that. I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me. Everything that we've done, the lives we've taken. If there is a God, may he have mercy on us all.
You smell like you've been above ground.
Doctor.
Took you long enough to find that evidence. Let me...
I'm afraid it's bad news.
Since when do you know what I consider bad news? Just let me hear it.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna make sure the whole program is shut down. If not for good, then at least for years to come. After that, I know what I'm about to do will be seen as a betrayal. Treason, he'll probably call it. So, I'm leaving. I have a plan. And if it works, I'll be somewhere safe. Somewhere not even the coursers can find me.
They lied to me. They lied to me, and I didn't even realize how far it went. All those years of loyalty. For nothing.
No matter how badly it hurts, you needed to hear the truth.
And for that, I thank you. I came to the Institute to get away from the Brotherhood. From the whole world. I just wanted to... Father took me in and gave me access to cutting-edge technology that I only dreamed existed. I became jaded. I thought that the Institute cared, that they wanted to better mankind. Maybe in their own... But now I realize if you can't trust the people you're working for, then it's all... If they lied about Dr. Virgil, who knows what else they've been lying about? Or what their plans are. I'll make my way back to the Brotherhood. But I'm going to have to do it on my own. I can't take any chances being seen with you. Tell whoever sent you that they've just regained the services of Dr. Madison Lee.
Safety first. Remember.
It's really exciting having you here. I can't wait to see what you can do.
Hey.
Nothing to report, ma'am.
Dr.
to Orman's lecture on cold fusion was nothing short of a revelation.
Good evening.
Requisition clearance granted. How may I help you?
Just looking.
Remember to keep unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Don't recharge.
You are authorized to access my stock of supplies.
I'll think about it.
Welcome. Do you require additional supplies?
Let's see what you have.
Connie Allen there with Rocket 69.
So the Minutemen are out there doing things in the Commonwealth. What kind of things, you ask? Well, I will tell you. I have heard that they have taken over the castle, which I guess was theirs a long time ago, a while. It had been full of fish, or monsters, or monster fish, maybe. I don't know. Not relevant. The Minutemen are there now. That's good for them, and I guess for everyone else too. So, yeah. How about some music? Here's the Ink Spot singing Maybe.
require additional supplies?
Sure. Let's take a look.
A clean and healthy work environment is essential to maximum productivity.
I wouldn't be here if not for your son.
I apologize for any disruptions that my work might cause you.
We are honored to welcome you here.
Good to see you.
The Institute's a big place. It might take a while to learn where everything is.
Doc?
They weren't kidding. You really are here. Well, all right. I'm Allie Fillmore. You can think of me as the Institute's... When Father told us about you, I could hardly believe it. You've been through so much, I think most people would have just given up. If you don't mind my asking, what was it that kept you going all that?
I just wanted to find my son.
Now that you've found him, I hope you're proud of the great man he grew. Now, I'll give you, as you might get, we maintain, there's a lot of the work we do, so, now that you're...
Absolutely.
Oh, good to hear. Take your time. If the...
It must be a challenge to meet the power.
Over the... When necessary, it's a good...
Right.
You're here. Glad you made it.
Please resist any urge you might feel to eat the specimens
Excuse
in the
me,
hydroponic
Doctor.
garden.
Welcome. So good to have you here. Dr. Clayton Holdren, head of the Bioscience Division. I can't wait for you to see.
I look forward to learning more about
In that case, as our move to that, we've even... You
Seems like there's nothing.
With hard work,
right?
I'm sure.
I'm not sure how well I'll fit.
Great. In any...
You mentioned medical care? I might need...
In that, he's our doctor. You...
Clayton.
Good to see you again.
Father's a great man. He must be very...
Broken.
Now that you've had a chance to see the Institute firsthand.
First things first. How do I get back to the surface?
The same way you got in, of course. You are not a prisoner here. You may come and go as... Ultimately, all our knowledge and... Unfortunately, no. As remarkable. The superior...
If the synths are intelligent and self-aware, then they have a right to free will.
However closely they may approximate human behavior, they are still... our creations. When you see what I have to show you, I think you'll agree that we know what is best for our synths. A rogue, his memory under his... I've dispatched a...
We'll bring that synth home.
That would not...
What do you need?
Here's your holotape, Proctor. Hope the data on that thing was worth it.
Thanks. You know, it's good to see you're still in one piece. I wasn't sure what the Interceptor would do to you.
I wasn't worried. After
I have confidence in everything I built, too. But that's because I'll only deal with technology that I understand. Speaking of technology I don't understand, I'll get this holotape to Proctor Quinlan. I'm dying to find out what's on it.
Hopefully it'll reveal a weakness in their defenses.
That would be the best case. Before we jump to... I'm sure the after that, in the meantime, good luck, Knight.
You know those synths with the plastic faces? Ugh, they creep me the heck out.
I received word that Dr. Lee is returning to us. How cooperative do you think she'll be?
I've convinced her that the Institute is the enemy, not the Brotherhood.
Well done, Knight. As soon as Dr. Lee arrives, we'll interrogate her aboard the Prydwen. She's been under the Institute's influence for the last decade, and we can't afford to take any chances. Now, on to other matters. Thanks to the success of your reconnaissance efforts, it's time to advance our operations to the next phase. I want you to report to Proctor Ingram at the airport. She has a special project that requires your immediate attention. Once again, Knight, you don't fail to impress.
Inspiration to us all, Knight. Do us proud.
So, I bet you're eager to get your hands dirty on our new project. How much has Maxon told you about it?
Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll help us crush the Institute.
It will, but we've got... Come on. Unless you're blind as a bat, I'm sure you've noticed that we've been building a gantry on the tarmac. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Prydwen might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. Maxon and Kells have been looking for something that'll tip the balance when we go toe-to-toe with the Institute. Now, the Pridwin might be a big beast, but she's not built for fighting. That's where our new project comes in. This storage bay full of parts is what's left of Liberty Prime. The Brotherhood used it in the Capital Wasteland as a weapon against the Enclave. It's the most advanced robot the Brotherhood has ever had at its disposal. Unfortunately, Liberty Prime was destroyed in the line of duty. We spent the better part of the last few years piecing him back together. And if you think that was easy, try rebuilding a protectron while you're blindfolded. Ingram? In order to get Liberty Prime fully operational, we're going to need your help. No problem. I'm sure this only looks worse than it actually is. I wish I had your confidence, because this is not going to be easy. Now, the good news is that we've got most of Prime's parts fully assembled. The bad news is that it's going to take more than a few rivets and some spot welding to get them working again. And the first problem is his CPU. It's fragile, and every time we try to feed power to it, it blows itself out. There's got to be a way to solve that. I do all the maintenance on the Pridwin, so you'd think it'd be a snap. As much as I hate to admit it, Prime's power systems are out of my league. Luckily, you were able to convince Dr. Madison Lee to return to the Brotherhood. She was on the original build team for Liberty Prime a little over a decade ago. I've already spoken to her, but she's reluctant to work on Prime for some reason. If you could get her down here to lend a hand with his power system, we can get the big guy moving. I'd recommend an open flame safe.
Do you know what a 10-pound cockroach can do to a buoyancy regulator?
So you're the new knight I heard about?
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
You promised you'd help us.
You're right, I did. But you neglected. I've been down this road with the... Why would I...
Because we care what happens.
And you...
But coming from... It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get...
I can't believe super mutants were humanoids. Science of us.
Never built much myself. Not supposed to operate heavy machinery.
Don't let Ingram catch you standing around. You'll be on report before you can blink.
Duty shift was long, but I'm glad we're making a difference.
You know those synths with the plastic faces? They creep me the heck out. Unless you like getting shot, never turn your back on a gunner.
Most folks just don't know real living. Not like this.
Let's talk to Proctor Tegan. I bet he
Have
has
you
some
ever fired
excellent
a
mods
minigun?
for our power armor.
Shoots these barrels like
Nice work bringing Dr. Lee back into the fold. Now,
Reporting for extra work.
good to hear. I hear there's another farm just waiting for you to pay it a visit.
I'm in.
Thought you would be. Here's the farm. I've no doubt you'll convince those...
Right?
it comes to keeping the Pridwin running, Proctor Ingram's the best.
Proctor.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Yeah. Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt with... Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all the... We're working with one of Prime's original designers. I don't see it getting any better than that. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic actuators.
Sure. Anything you need.
That's what I love about it. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea what I'm talking about. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs to move. Prime's new limbs are way too heavy for the simple hydraulic pistons he had in the past. We're gonna have to rip those out, construct a brand new system using electromagnets, and install them in his limbs. What we need you to do is build the actuators for us.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to make them. These are the plans and the materials list. Don't lose them.
Now, before you get that look on your face, you'll be happy to know that we have plenty of the raw materials on that list right here at the airport. The only thing we need you to head out and find is a high-powered magnet. According to Proctor Quinlan, the best place to find one is in any of the ruined hospitals around the Commonwealth. We've already sent out a few teams to find the rest of the high-powered magnets you'll need. They should be back by the time you return.
Once you start building the actuators, we need one for each limb, so you'll need to make a total of 4. Good luck.
You don't look like you're here to trade.
The Brotherhood needs your help. Donate a portion of your crops to the Brotherhood, and it will not be forgotten.
Donate? I haven't heard that one before. The raiders usually aren't that polite. Don't think I don't see what's going on here. You'll get your donation come harvest.
Here we go. Out here, you gotta take things one day at a time. Hey, man, I didn't realize you were back in town. Look, I still haven't got all the caps together, but just give me another week.
Oh, yeah, sure. One more week, but you better have it then. Now get the hell out of here. Hey, I got something. Some jet after that.
Oh, hey, man, I didn't realize you were back in town. Look,
Come on! Where'd you go? Huh? Gonna find you! Gonna kill you! Show
Get
us
him.
what you got. Last chance to run! Wounded!
Gonna bother us again.
Right through! Stupid noises. Hell no!
I'm proud of this sort of drill.
Attention all personnel. I'm disappointed I need to address this, but unsanctioned social contact with Commonwealth natives is strictly prohibited. Anyone who is engaged in such fraternization should report to Night Captain
Look who's
K
back.
for immediate
Take it
decontamination.
everything went without a hitch.
That is all.
Yes, sir. The crops will be available when harvested.
I knew you'd be the right one for the job. As promised, here are your... You want to hit up another... Those farmers don't...
Set me up.
Be my guest.
Proctor.
Can I help you with anything?
I'm looking for some firepower.
Got some choice.
Synths, FEV. Who knows what other sick projects the Institute's working on?
Hey.
Shoot. You got it. Not seeing a way to get there.
Over here.
Good as done. That's out of my reach, sister.
Here.
Sure.
Over there.
I can do that.
Get into position.
Bingo. Sure.
Hey.
Got my... Attention.
I've served on this vessel for years. It's the only home I know. Hmm?
Excuse me, Paladin Dance.
Ready to continue our mission, soldier?
That depends. How are you feeling?
My power armor systems are within normal operating parameters, so I'm as ready as I'll ever be. You just give the word, and we can begin our mission.
Not now.
No problem. Let me know when you're ready.
Pull up a stool, Knight.
How can you stand beside abomination?
will stop the Institute. For Maxon, and for the Brotherhood. Proctor Ingram.
Just build us those actuators and we'll do the rest.
Proctor.
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last important element. His nukes. Without them, his offensive systems aren't operating at peak capacity.
Shouldn't be a problem. Just tell me where they are.
I wish I could. Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs. The same type of bombs that were dropped from aircraft during the Great War. The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the military's Air Force, so we assumed we wouldn't have trouble finding them. But since we arrived, our scouting teams haven't located a single bomb.
That's going to be a problem. Without a fully loaded nuke pack, Prime won't have the firepower to take on the Institute.
She's right.
Of course she's right. But before you give up hope, there's actually a silver lining here. Proctor Quinlan has located some records regarding a military installation, which was used as a nuclear weapons storage facility. We're fairly certain this included a stockpile of the Mark 28s. The catch is that the installation is located somewhere within the glowing sea.
I'll head out there immediately.
Good. Scribe Hay, I suggest you...
Right.
Hopefully, but good luck, Knight.
Good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled in the Cambridge police station.
Thanks, Halen. I assume the place is still in one piece?
We're doing the best that we can. We've had the occasional synth attack, but so far we've been able to keep them from overrunning us. Thanks to the reinforcements and the air support, I'd say that site was secure.
That's not surprising. After all, it's in good hands.
I appreciate that. Anyway, I know you don't have time for small talk, so I'll get right to it. I've had the men set up the equipment we'll need to pinpoint you once you've found the bombs. We've rigged up this distress pulsar to emit a unique tone that we'll be listening for. When you find the bombs, plant the pulsar, and we'll handle the rest. After that, you should probably head back to Proctor Ingram and bring her your report.
Doesn't sound too difficult.
No, not at all. You're only heading back into the most inhospitable place in the entire Commonwealth. Look, I know you've been through the glowing sea before, but remember to keep an eye on your Geiger counter. If you don't, the radiation will cook you from the inside out. Good luck, Knight.
Can't talk right now. Clean the Mirelurk scat off my boots.
By Elder Maxon's orders, all forms of technology should be confiscated or collected.
What's this hiding?
What's up?
Check the stash. So, seems you know how to hold your own. I'd had my doubts when we first hit the road.
Thanks. You're not so bad yourself.
I never get many complaints. It's just real rare these days. Find someone who's not willing to take things the way they're handed to them. Too many good folks not willing to get their hands dirty. Look at what happened in Diamond City. Before McDonough took over, it was a half-decent place to live. A little stricter than I usually go for, but not terrible. I thought he and I had a pretty happy childhood. But then he decides he's gonna try and get elected with his anti-ghoul crusade. Mankind for McDonough. Before you know it, you got families with kids lining up to drag folks they called neighbor out of their homes and throw them to the ruins.
How could they do something like that?
There'd always been a pretty big gulf between the folks living in the stands and folks down on the field. McDonough ran on it because he thought enough of those upper stands assholes would vote for him. Guess he was right. I remember storming into his office above the stands after the inauguration speech. He was just standing there, staring out the window, watching as the city turned on the ghouls. He didn't even look at me. Just said, "I did it, John. It's finally mine." Should have killed him right there, but I don't think it would have changed anything. Instead, I pleaded with him, begged him to call it off. He said he couldn't. He had nothing against the ghouls. He was just carrying out the will of the people. And he couldn't betray them. And then he smiled. That hideous fucking mile-long smile. He never smiled like that when we were kids. I didn't even recognize him.
He murdered those ghouls.
Him and that whole damn city. I still wasn't a ghoul at this point, so I didn't have to leave, but I couldn't bring myself to stay in that cesspool after that. I'd been sneaking off the Good Neighbor for years to get decent chems, so I knew the safe routes. I managed to track down a couple of the families, lead them there, but most couldn't get used to the Good Neighbor lifestyle. I brought them food for a couple of weeks, but after a while, they just disappeared. Folks in Diamond City signed their death warrants, and all the good people were willing to just sit by and watch. I felt like I was the only one who saw how screwed up things truly were, who couldn't just pretend things were fine. Still feel that way. Or I did. Until I met you. I know I run my mouth, but having someone who sees the world for what it is, and is willing to do something about it, it's meant a lot to me. I feel damn lucky to have you as a friend.
I feel exactly the same, Hancock. It's been a hell of a ride thus far.
Then here's to a long road with plenty of... Well, thanks for hearing me out. You probably weren't looking for a history lesson, were ya? You want to hit the road?